What you need to know when pursuing wealth. This book is designed to meet the requirements of people who desire of achieving greater heights by implementing very simple and yet powerful concepts that have the potential to change your life completely. It is not intended to be a book based on hypothetical research, nor is it a philosophical treatise, but it is a book that uncovers information that will bring a lasting incentive, allowing us to unleash the inner resources of strength and dynamic willpower to the fore. In fact, it is a compilation of facts presented in simple, layman's English, containing information that is going to bring immense joy and success in your life. It covers profound and dynamic truths conveyed in few potent words that kindle a renewed sense of awareness of our limitless latent inner resources waiting to burst into the open. It comprises practical expressions that have the potential to bring success, health, wealth, and enduring happiness. Introduction. One of the most difficult points to reconcile in life is the paradox that suffering exists in this world. Suffering is imminent. Of course, what is equally important is realizing that the acquisition and possession of wealth is not a ruler that measures one's happiness. If joy truly were to be found in materials, then all those who experience the thrill of it by coming into contact with the object would observe the same measure of joy. In life, men are continuously motivated by two inevitable impulses of repulsion, from sorrow and craving to seeking joy and absolute fulfillment. In the quest to embrace all happiness, he is compelled to run after the enjoyable and agreeable, while confronting the opposites. He avoids undesirable objects and disagreeable environments. The fact is this: throughout history, all achievers, conscious or subconsciously, have used 5 principles, which are common to absolute progress in all aspects of life. The 5 principles to unlocking wealth. These principles are a key to unlocking amazing cache of wealth, abundance, and success. They are all centered on our true innate qualities, which as a matter of fact are universal and have a spiritual basis. These principles are truth, righteousness, peace, love, and nonviolence. The practice of these virtues will enable anyone to progress in life without any doubt. The reason is simple. These universal principles are all attractive, and needless to say, they form the cornerstones of the code of ethics. You cannot go wrong practicing the importance to moral values, codes of conduct, and obeying the law of nature in your pursuit of wealth. In the coming pages, you will discover the goal of reaching financial freedom while at the same time acquiring the perfect art of happiness through the understanding that the measure of joy is not directly proportional to just monetary wealth. It can never happen. While pessimism warns us of dangers lurking before our very own eyes, optimism may propel us into false security. Pessimism should only be considered initial and not a final predicament in any situation. This is the first step to success. Time and again we have been subjected to instances that are disturbing, and deep within us we realize the potential dangers and risks surrounding us, and the voice within adamantly rejects this threatening situation confronting us. As such, because we fail to recognize this voice within us, our mental clinging to the outer world detaches us from the inner voice of truth, thereby throwing us totally off the tracks, as it were. The second step to success and wealth is to convince yourself of the importance of self-control, self-awareness, and self-discipline. We must listen to the voice within and realize the existence of the innate force, or the dynamic willpower, the mighty power expressing through the mind, body, and the intellect. Thus, the second step qualifies that you develop faith in not just what you can do and achieve, but most importantly, developing faith in yourself, your innate, inherent, and latent qualities. Step 3 requires that through constant vigilance, employing the power of intelligence, self-analysis, and introspection, and through careful understanding and use of these concepts, you can learn to live beyond the demands of the mind in whatever environment you find yourself. This will qualify you to implement and embrace the road to wealth. There is no such thing as a free lunch. If you hate to put in any work effort but love to attain success, you will have to reconsider your views. So to achieve the latter, you have to do the former, and the sensible idea is to find out what really gives us pleasure, and then find out if it is possible to make money from doing it. If you do not start, you will not succeed. pursuing wealth. The statement, "haste makes waste," stands true even today. And more often than not, some of us tend to feel frustrated when we cannot live up to our ideals and the standards we set for ourselves all the time. On other occasions, we may feel that had we taken the challenge that came our way, that perhaps things may well have changed for the better. Yet there is also the possibility that in our over-anxiety to reach the goal, we try too hard and burn ourselves out entirely. Has this happened to you? The question that now remains to be asked: how do we begin? How can we achieve success in life? Well, my friend, rest assured that this book has been written to answer this question satisfactorily, eliminating confusion or anomalies whatsoever. There are many strategies that one can employ and various means through which you can plow yourself to achieving the goal. One common thread in all of them is self-belief, self-righteousness, or honesty and ethical living, in words, deeds, thoughts, and actions pertaining to your lifestyle. This is step 4. In any business, the emphasis on moral and ethical standards ranks the highest, and this should not be ignored or overlooked. The only way to achieve equanimity, balance, or equilibrium, even after you become the wealthiest individual, is to have your sense of realizing the true essence of life. Nothing in life is constant. Life is ever-changing, and things that seem to have existence today may cease to exist tomorrow. And this is a fact that you, and everyone else, must learn to accept. Step 5. When you discover something profound and beautiful, the natural tendency is to share it with others. In the following chapters, what you will discover are the true ways to achieve complete success. And this is a book that will allow you to unleash your innate qualities to the fore, thereby allowing you to reap the benefits and the rewards that thousands of people all over the world at this very second are enjoying because they have become wealthy. Following the guide within the coming pages, and it is my sincere belief that every person has the potential to succeed in life. Wealth is more than just money. The ladder to success. It is the privilege of man to achieve all-round greatness, and in reality, success should be one's habit. Man is essentially perfect, and therefore infinite are the possibilities that lie dormant in him. In order to bring out the very best from within, a life organized and perfectly disciplined for the discovery of the potentialities that lie lurking within us, is a life well spent. The vital point is not how many talents each one of us has, but the importance should be focused on how much of our existing talents, attributes, and capabilities are we prepared to develop, exploit, explore, and implement in our daily lives. The question you must ask is whether you are making a practical use of at least one great talent lying inherent within you. The one supreme fundamental principle is to understand that all our success entirely depends upon ourselves. The best way to be happy is to do the things that you naturally love and enjoy doing, something that you are absolutely passionate about. Likewise, the best way to succeed and become wealthy is to see to it that you achieve the things you have earnestly desired to seek in life. This will require that you implement your efforts into activities that will allow you to measure success. For instance, the simple way to explain this is to take into consideration the following example. If you take a liking for art, painting, and drawing, then the way to proceed is to seek guidance on ways to enter competitions and ways to submit your artwork via galleries. Approach galleries directly and leave work on a sale or return basis, or fine art publishers, or even exposing your talent by entering seasonal fairs, where you will find a large gathering of all kinds of retailers.
You may want to add various types of themes to your art portfolio in order to maximize your ability to reach a wide audience, one with diverse interests in different subjects. Contact groups, forums, and even internet news groups. Explore various other avenues, such as photographers, photo and framing galleries, arts councils, and government organizations that provide support, including loans. These resources will allow you to take your inquiry to the next level. The key is to pursue your goal relentlessly and with a positive attitude. When it comes to your theme or subject matter, ask questions, create polls, conduct surveys, and determine what people are looking for. Find the need, then fill it. Every little effort counts, but the real key is the force required to build momentum. Another crucial point: don't just try, and keep trying. Instead, develop an attitude of action. Do the thing you've set your mind to. Implement and apply the strategies outlined in this book. Finally, do not stop there. Keep your faith strong, and never yield to defeat. Once you decide to put your plan into action, make sure it stays ignited and glowing. Rejections and disappointments should never diminish your hope, hinder your progress, or weaken your desire to succeed. People who have triumphed despite hardship, pain, and struggle have inspired millions around the world. Now, it's time for you to do the same, to set an example for others to follow in your footsteps. You must remember that while the methods individuals use to acquire wealth may differ, the goal remains the same for all. The steps discussed earlier are, in essence, your tools for achieving success. A strong willpower is essential for internal development. Two of the most important attributes, courage and confidence, are crucial ingredients in this journey. Poverty or prosperity does not depend solely on knowledge, such as business acumen or marketing strategies. Instead, it hinges on the 3 C's, character, creativity, and your innate capabilities. Courage and confidence alone have the power to bring about extraordinary transformation. On the other hand, a lack of these qualities leads to sorrow and despair, especially in times of distress and crisis. However, despite life's challenges, we must resist obstacles and hindrances. We must remind ourselves of the supreme, inherent power that we all possess, an inner strength that can be developed through spiritual insight. Ignoring our abilities and potential for personal growth, especially when facing ego-shattering experiences, demands immense fortitude and discipline. In this book, I will show you how you can harness this power here and now. Without these qualities, failure becomes inevitable. This is why so many people feel despondent, they enter into competition unprepared, or they simply give up under pressure due to a lack of self-courage and dynamic willpower. When our fantasies and expectations go unfulfilled, we tend to revert to our old ways. The hollowness we experience can be deeply unsettling, and we cannot ignore it forever. Often, when we embark on something good in life, we assume we will continue, but that isn't always the case. It's not because success demands an impossible level of discipline. Rather, it's because we lack courage and confidence. We become overwhelmed by negativity, and that is what stops everything in its tracks. The initial burst of enthusiasm begins to fade. What once seemed wonderful suddenly turns into a peril, a dilemma, a problem. The mind takes over, and doubts begin to pile up. Is this really worth it? We ask ourselves, over and over. A conflict arises, the mind pulls us in one direction, while our intellect and intuition urge us to stay on the path to success. But too often, before we even begin the journey, we've already decided its end. Why? Because we are uncertain about which path to follow. Success lies in what you make of it, not in what you merely think it ought to be. Do not fantasize about success, create it. So, how do we get started? Formula for success. What you think, and how you act, are the deciding factors that will lead you to success. These two attributes, combined with a set of consistent principles that you follow through on, are essential. Thoughts rooted in reason are a powerful catalyst for any reaction. And once you take that first step, you'll soon realize that courage is the simple yet essential virtue needed to navigate the rocky road ahead. Obstacles are natural. In fact, they are often the very means through which we acquire wealth, you would surely agree. To overcome these challenges, you must practice persistence, patience, and perseverance with unwavering dedication. That being said, I want to highlight the 3 P's you must avoid. Do not procrastinate. Do not pretend to know it all. Do not prolong your ventures. Be prepared to face the stumbling blocks that will arise. Confront them head on. Pursue your goal relentlessly, and allow your willpower to take the lead. In any situation, it is absolutely crucial to remain level-headed, no matter the ups and downs life throws your way. Remember, life is dualistic by nature, like the 2 sides of a coin. Finally, keep this in mind, the past is the cause, and the present is the effect. But in time, the present itself will become the cause that shapes your future. There is a profound truth embedded in this concept. If you can relate this to success, then you will understand that by living with scientific self-discipline, you can become the architect of your own future. The basic steps. The following guidelines will help you pave a clear and powerful path toward your ultimate success. These steps are simple to implement in your daily life. Do what you love and what you are good at. Be prepared to learn and maintain a positive attitude. Motivation and enthusiasm are key. Be an innovator. Think outside the box. Invest wisely, not just money, but also your time, effort, and resources. I mentioned money, but this doesn't mean you need a large sum to become wealthy. Be disciplined. Set clear goals and targets, and remember, persistence is the key to success. Manage your time effectively. Prioritize what truly matters. Give back to society as you grow. I call this philanthropy. Above all, you must have a solid vision, one in which you can see yourself having already achieved success. Great people, past and present, have reached this coveted position by following these fundamental steps. However, in step 2, I deliberately used the word learn, and I did so for a very good reason: formula for success. What you think, and how you act, are the deciding factors that will help you achieve success. These two attributes, combined with a set of consistent principles that you follow through on, are essential. Thoughts based on reason are a powerful catalyst for action. Once you take that first step, you will soon realize that courage is the simple yet necessary virtue required to navigate the rocky road ahead. Obstacles are natural, and in many ways, they serve as stepping stones to acquiring wealth, you would surely agree. To overcome these challenges, you must practice persistence, patience, and perseverance with unwavering dedication. That being said, I want to highlight the 3 P's you must avoid. Do not procrastinate. Do not pretend to know it all. Do not prolong your ventures. Be prepared to confront the stumbling blocks that will arise. Face them head on. Pursue your goal relentlessly, and allow your willpower to lead the way. In any situation, it is absolutely crucial to remain level-headed, no matter the ups and downs that life throws your way. Remember, life is dualistic by nature, like the two sides of a coin. I must emphasize this: the past is the cause, and the present is the effect. But with time, the present itself will become the cause that shapes your future. You must, as I mentioned in the introduction, be prepared to listen to your inner voice as much as possible. This means that, rather than being overly dependent on your family, friends, and others, not that seeking support is a bad thing, you must begin to have faith in your own capabilities. Stand alone. Strive to learn. Strive to succeed. Often, failure comes from moments when we stop trusting our own judgment or become too dependent on the opinions of others. Success is not a hidden secret that you must search for or unearth, it is an understanding and a recognition of what you truly want in life. Intuition, courage, skills, knowledge, challenges, opportunities. These are the defining traits of those who achieve wealth and fulfillment. Any task performed with the right spirit will lead to victory. Your mental attitude is what determines success, while negativity, laziness, and unwilling effort will surely lead to failure. Do not expect too much, too soon. Instead, cultivate a positive approach and execute each task with absolute focus and perfection, always keeping your long-term goals in sight. This means pouring your concentrated energy into your work and executing your plans righteously. Let this be your philosophy of life. To begin a new venture, it is vitally important that you realize the following, and I must emphasize, this is crucial. You must understand and appreciate that starting a business requires more than just an initial investment. While capital is essential, the true key to success lies in understanding cash flow and, more importantly, the viability of your business venture. Steps to personal wealth. Decision-making is perhaps the hardest step in your journey to wealth. The real challenge is that, until you delve deep within yourself and unlock your innate qualities, you may find yourself indecisive and hesitant. This is not necessarily wrong, but more often than not, this feeling prevents you from reaching your full potential. There is no secret to unleashing your true power. The real secret lies in your willingness to listen to your inner voice. Opportunities will come your way, but the key to success is to seize them methodically. Take a moment. Sit quietly. Calm your senses. Clear your thoughts. Meditate deeply on the subject at hand before taking action. Do not rush into anything just because it seems promising at first glance. Many things appear great in the beginning, but true success requires thinking, planning, and time. Often, the answer you seek is already within you. The secret is not outside of you, it is within. Striving to do your very best at all times, this is the little secret that will help you amass wealth. Imagination, and by this, I mean constructive imagination, the power to visualize, is a crucial factor in creative thought. But, as you will come to appreciate, you cannot develop this without a strong will. Above all, this faculty of visualization must ripen into firm belief and conviction. Key principles for success. You must have the desire to achieve your goal of fame. This is rule number 1. Be prepared to handle money efficiently, with careful budgeting, responsible expenditure, and full accountability. Do not spend more than necessary. Live below your means. Personal problems, including addiction, not just to drugs, but to anything that derails your focus, can be ruinous. Address these from the very beginning. Learn to invest wisely and, above all, develop the habit of saving money. Play smart, and get your priorities absolutely right. In any venture, you will likely face opposition, skepticism, and challenges, a far cry from an idealistic journey. Over-expectation, blind optimism, and the tendency to wish things would go as planned, these can often lead to disappointment and failure. Thus, as I mentioned earlier, planning is vital to your success. And of course, another critical factor that must not be overlooked, overwork and exhaustion. In the hope of making your millions, you may find yourself growing frustrated and despondent, but this mindset will not help you progress in your pursuit of wealth. Achieving your goal. When you persist, refusing to accept failure, know that the goal you have set will materialize through the sheer force of your willpower. Thoughts are incredibly powerful tools, and if you are willing to harness this divine gift, you are sure to attain your dreams. A thought, when clung to with unwavering willpower, takes on a tangible outward form. Now is the time to eliminate negative characteristics that hinder progress. Bad habits. Weak willpower. Lack of confidence. Hesitation. A poor attitude toward life. You have within you the power to accomplish anything you desire. That power lies in your will. The root cause of failure is lack of concentration, so do not overwhelm yourself with too many ideas, strategies, and concepts all at once, hoping to succeed overnight. Start slowly. Be consistent in your goal setting. Focus on one thing at a time. Do not let your mind go into overdrive. There is a scientific way to harness concentration. The key is simple. Stay calm. Perform your duties at the correct speed. Do not rush and create chaos. Instead, approach your tasks methodically and meticulously. Focus. Center your mind. Stay flexible. Once you know that you are genuinely on the right track and moving towards your goal, you must exercise careful time management. It is easy to become so absorbed in a project that you lose yourself in perfecting every detail. However, you must prioritize your work and, above all, respect and honor the value of time. Do not waste your time. Do not waste your life. The keys to success. As I've mentioned, your environment plays a crucial role, especially your inner environment. A calm, relaxed individual is far more likely to succeed in a difficult situation than someone who is nervous, frustrated, and erratic. The former is in harmony with his surroundings, while the latter struggles and often finds himself in trouble. The key words? Focus, concentration, care. 10 powerful keys to unlock success. 1. Develop a clear, definite goal. 2. Create a wise, workable plan. 3. Guard your health. Without health, there is no real wealth. 4. Conserve your energy. Your strength is your power. 5. Be honest, in words, deeds, thoughts, and actions. 6. Stick to virtues and adopt good principles. 7. Reflect on the lives of great individuals and draw strength from their philosophy. 8. Seek divine guidance and always be truthful. 9. Help and serve others with a heart full of gratitude. Keyboard key 10. Think positively and believe in the power of God. Transformative thinking, the key to success. Transformative thinking is the way to success. Set out a plan to achieve your goal, deliberately reflect on its meaning, and make it happen. Throughout history, great individuals from all walks of life have emerged victorious. The secret? Training the mind for happiness. Self-discipline is essential. Without ethical discipline, especially self-discipline, true success is unattainable. Each person is unique. What works for one may not work for another. However, one universal truth remains: every individual, regardless of age, background, or beliefs, has at some point experienced peace. Through trial and error, you will discover the precise way to align your mind and body, unlocking your full potential. Meditation may not work for everyone, but that doesn't mean you shouldn't explore alternative methods that suit you best. White check mark. Be systematic. White check mark. Employ only the methods that bring success and happiness. White check mark. Train your mind consistently, and ultimate success will follow. Light bulb. Do not fall prey to the dictates of your mind. Optimistic, heroic, and noble ideals have a powerful, uplifting effect on the body and soul. Enthusiasm, coupled with deliberate, well-orchestrated effort in a joyful mood, is the secret path to wealth and greatness. The power of thoughts. The preceding chapter highlighted the importance of cultivating the right attitude and developing faith in what you seek to achieve in life. Nothing in life is impossible, unless you believe it to be. Thoughts are remarkable packets of energy. If you tenaciously cling to a certain thought with dynamic willpower, there is no reason why that thought cannot manifest according to the blueprint you have created. Earlier, I briefly explained how a person interested in art can step up their abilities to excel in life. Now, let me use the same example to illustrate the power of thought. An artist envisions a beautiful landscape painting. That single thought initiates a chain reaction, sparking creativity, forming ideas, and shaping a mental blueprint. From there, the artist sketches the framework, refining each detail until the masterpiece is complete. A mere thought process allows the artist to create a masterpiece. This act of creation is not just artistic, it is scientific. It is a universal principle, a fundamental law of creation. Everything manifests from thought. It is within all of us, ready to be tapped, if only we dare to use it. The secret is not really a secret. It is a treasure trove within every one of us, waiting to be unlocked. We have the right, and the ability, to use it effectively. Now, think about this. Have you ever noticed that when you see someone truly happy, their joy becomes contagious? Before you know it, you fly. The power of thought and the mind. Thoughts are deeply interwoven with the mind. If your thoughts are calm, your mind is calm. In every aspect of life, whether starting a business, getting your first job, or getting married, the relationship between the mind and thought is paramount. Systematically, we must train and discipline the mind for right thinking and diligent activity. This allows us to develop a clear understanding of what we truly want in life, how it contributes to our personal dynamism, and how it aligns with our path to success and wealth. With this approach, your journey will become gracious, meaningful, and attainable. The magnetism of positive qualities. Certain qualities naturally attract success, wealth, and opportunities. These are known as positive qualities. We all possess them, but often, they remain dormant, unrecognized and underutilized. We understand and admire virtues such as love, kindness, courage, and joy, yet we fail to fully embody them in our own lives. Why? Because, more often than not, we compromise our ideals. We are not true to ourselves. Instead, we act, we perform, we put on a show to please everyone around us, except ourselves. And this? It is painful. It is demoralizing. It is agonizing. To live life not as your true self is to live in constant conflict. What does this have to do with wealth? You may exclaim in disbelief and ask. What does this have to do with success and prosperity? I understand, but I humbly ask you to take a moment, perhaps in the silence of the night, and reflect deeply on this point. Now, take action. Be yourself. Observe the changes that unfold over time. What you'll soon realize is this. When you authentically express your innate positive qualities, when you embrace who you truly are, then not only will people be drawn to you, but so will all the things you have ever desired or wished for. As the thought, so the mind. In order to fulfill your set goals and dreams, it is necessary to practice what the book outlines. The habitual inclination of our thought patterns is ultimately the deciding factor that determines our abilities, talents, and personal characteristics. Based on this critical and vital piece of knowledge, one assumes that those lucky few have been born with the special talent you lack and fervently desire to have. To a large extent, this is true. But it must be said that no one is born a millionaire, full stop. The valuable information lies in the art of cultivating the pattern that brings success. We are what we think we are. It is true when masters say, your thoughts create the environment. Thoughts develop personality. Thoughts promote health. Thoughts influence the body. Thoughts can change and shape the future, destiny. Thoughts bring forth creation. Thoughts influence the physiology and psychology of people. Thoughts can bring success. Thoughts can even heal the body. Watch your thoughts constantly. Your experiences and environment have their seat in thoughts. Your suggestions and auto-suggestions, via meditation and visualization techniques, must be stronger than the thoughts. When your actions uplift you, know that you have understood the art of controlling your thought processes. You can accomplish anything through the power of thought. Visualization uses your imagination to allow yourself to picture your success or the achievement of your earnest goal. Your mental thoughts or vibrations are incredibly powerful because the mind has a tangible connection with your thoughts and actions. Your thoughts are subtle energies and have a strong connection to our consciousness. Therefore, Constant nourishment of positive thoughts via visualization, yoga, and meditation will bring harmony, happiness, health, and wealth. Factors that bring inertia. First and foremost is introspection, which literally means taking stock of your traits and habits. Often, a lack of self-analysis is the cause of our shortcomings. It is the absence of definite, undivided effort and attention that stands in the way of progress and the achievement of desired goals. Introspection, therefore, means reassessing our mental blocks and diagnosing deficiencies by weeding out negative tendencies in the form of habits, indecisiveness, fear, lack of confidence, and so on, what we often term as failures. It is time to re-energize. By uprooting all these negativities from your life, true happiness and the zeal to progress become prominent and firmly rooted. The greatest enemy that stops us from advancing in life, other than apathy, lack of confidence, and inferiority complex, is fear. Fear will literally stop us from moving forward. In fact, it will prevent us from even attempting to succeed. The best way to combat fear is to practice deep breathing exercises. Every night, mentally affirm that you are under the protection of the Supreme Personality of Godhead and energize your thoughts with positive feelings. Consciously uproot the seeds of fear from within by forcefully concentrating on courage. Shift your awareness to a level that allows you to fully appreciate that you are beyond any type or kind of suffering. Fear comes from the heart. So, fill your heart with love. When you feel agitated, relax, calm down, and breathe rhythmically, allowing yourself to release tension with each exhalation. Of course, another major problem, which I believe is the primary cause of frustration and a dampened ability to excel in life, is desiring results without the will to put in the effort. I have personally failed due to this negative outlook, and I openly admit it. Now, this is where my earlier point becomes clearer. Failure, sorrow, illness, and inadequacies are natural eventualities when the law of nature is broken. Transgression and violation of the eternal law bring misery. As human beings, we have the ability to shape, correct, and change our lives, goals, and destiny. The greatest impediment to success. The greatest impediment you will ever face is your immediate environment. If anything, this is what you must change first. The environment is twofold. The inner environment, your thoughts. The outer environment, external influences. All experiences stem from the mind. What you perceive through your senses shapes your future. The key is to guard your inner environment more closely than your outer one. For example, you may have stumbled upon a fantastic business opportunity. It fits your needs perfectly. You are excited and ready to proceed. But something stops you from moving forward. Why? It's not the money, you can afford it. It's not the credibility, it has worked for thousands, with testimonials to confirm its success. So what is it? Think deeply, and you will realize that the mind itself is the culprit. To succeed in life, you must begin by correcting your thought patterns. The company of your thoughts and your affinity for them will determine your fate. Thoughts expressed through the physical body. The risk factor. Why is it that some people seem so lucky, while others struggle to succeed? Many assume that wealthy people possess something special that others lack. This is false. The primary difference lies in the choices they make and the risks they take. Taking a risk must be an informed decision. Research thoroughly before embarking on any venture. Just as you would not take a driving test without preparation, you should not take financial risks without understanding their implications. Learning is essential. To gain skill, knowledge, and power, you must be prepared to learn constantly. Commitment is the vital force behind success. There will be situations beyond your control that may bring heartache. However, what truly matters is how you manage and respond to those situations. Many of us live simultaneously in the past and the future, burdening our mental faculties. We become discouraged. The solution? Live in the now. The clock ticks at a steady pace. It does not rush 24 hours into 60 seconds. Likewise, you cannot accomplish in 1 hour what is best done over 24 hours. Do not burn yourself out in pursuit of wealth. What you must avoid. When the unforeseen happens, we often react negatively. But this need not be the case. This book reveals how to achieve your goals harmoniously and diligently. Here are some important pointers. When things go wrong, do not overreact. Think positively and calmly. Do not be overly judgmental or critical. Do not ignore a bad situation, beware of the comfort zone. Wisdom and strength alone can help you overcome life's problems. Tackle problems head-on. Avoid greed and conceit of any kind. The question with the word why is a necessity, for it will help us draw a perfect conclusion and overcome doubts. The problem, however, is that if you are not clear about your goals, then the very question of why you wish to pursue the venture becomes meaningless. What you must consider are probable long-term goals, benefits, and how your first step toward wealth and success will enable you to enjoy greater heights. The inevitable mistakes. As human beings, we are very restless. We often become overwhelmed with joy, success, or gratification. It is so very important to maintain your calm during such events because excitement can lead to problems, one of which is overspending. That said, it is also quite important to realize that success may just knock you back, in that you may become complacent and decide not to do much because you have it all. This is a terrible phase that you could ever possibly get into, and one you must consciously be aware of at all times. However, the one thing you must beware of is the ego complex. Do not let your ego become an impediment in your endeavor to attain wealth. The best medicine to avoid ego is to conserve energy. The energy that has been generated and conserved, unless directed into the right channels, will be catastrophic. We must control our urges, and this is where the art of practicing balance in life becomes an essential tool to your success. Idle talk is one single factor that can destroy your desire to succeed. Remember, the people around you and the company you keep will determine your future success. You may waste precious time, but those around you will make it even worse. They will contribute to the overall wastage of your own time. Thus, as the saying goes, like attracts like should be the maxim. Above all, use your common sense at all times, and only do that which produces positive results. Being systematic, too, will help avoid confusion and annoyances, both of which can have an adverse effect on your business venture and goals. Do not take on work that may set you back. Try to evaluate the situation, paying much importance to priorities. Do not procrastinate, do not waste time, and, most of all, do not waste your precious energy. If you act thoughtfully, then time will be managed most efficiently. If words, deeds, thoughts, and actions are good, then life will be good, and each moment will bring success. The time taken to achieve the coveted goal will be, well, your guess is as good as mine. Mind is the cause for bondage and freedom. The law of success. Simply by understanding common principles, some of which have already been discussed above, one can attain success. A conscious effort has to be made to provide good experiences for the mind. Nature has provided man with everything in vast abundance. Sadly, though, human beings have not quite realized this fact. You must make up your mind to be successful. How can you do this effectively? How can you develop will? Success comes with planning, determination and faith, no doubt. To ascertain this fact, I suggest that you try the following. Choose some objective that you think you cannot accomplish, and then try with all your energy and strength to do that one thing. This could be anything, from drawing a portrait to mastering how to use the computer. When you have achieved success, go on to something bigger and continue striving forward, exercising your willpower. Despite any setbacks, do not be shaken at all, but derive strength from your surroundings and above all learn from like-minded people who have sought to achieve success courageously without ever losing hope. Remind yourselves of people like Abraham Lincoln, Henry Ford, Mother Teresa and many more who have achieved the coveted position, because of their innate power of faith and dynamic willpower. Remember, you too can achieve the same success. This law can be applied by anybody and it does work. It is true that our thoughts and actions shape our future and destiny. You must be willing to channel your talent and innate capabilities in the right direction, so that you can soar to new heights. To recap on what has been said thus far, allow me to remind you what it takes to be successful. Planning is crucial and perhaps the most important step to your success. Prepare yourself to change your views, habits and your thought patterns. Only pursue tasks that are important. You must divide your needs from your wants. There is a fine line, so exercise discrimination. Watch your personal financial situation. Budget well and reduce spending. Surround yourself with people with a positive persona and those who are successful. Read books about people who have succeeded in life. Do not pretend to be who you are not. Be yourself and do not show off. Expand your horizon and be enthusiastic and ambitious. It is good to increase your income, but it is even better to invest in assets that will make you wealthy. Prepare to work hard and make sacrifices. Right actions enrich, strengthen and motivate us, fully vitalizing our inner resources. Cultivation of such values and adhering to the right values of living will help us grow and achieve success. Such a consistent regime and exposure can mold our character and will help redeem our lower tendencies. Time to learn who you are. I would frown upon anyone who would even think of making a comment by saying that success is only a wishful thought. We are not born failures. Let me get this point straightened. We have all been successful in our lives at some stage or another, and this is an undeniable truth. The following points will surely enable you to understand who you really are, and that is a guarantee. Once you ascertain your own attributes, it becomes that much easier to embrace ideals that will allow you to leap to greater heights. 1. Are you generally enthusiastic and positive, or the complete opposite? 2. Do you like to work hard, and would you put in that little bit of extra effort if you did what you love most? 3. Are you being all that you can be? You may want to analyze your strengths and weaknesses. 4. Are you content with your present situation and/or circumstances? Upon answering these 3 very important issues, you can determine your future. Remind yourselves about the importance of discipline and organization mentioned earlier. The next point I wish to highlight is simplicity. Do not unnecessarily create hardships in the way of your work and the goal to success. By simplicity I mean, do not complicate situation, and do not let success get to your head. Pompous attitude is yet another problem that may bring you down. Be humble, assertive and righteous in your endeavors to succeed. A calm individual can achieve virtually anything simply through the power of concentration. This is a scientific-based truth. Research has clearly shown that techniques like yoga, visualization, and relaxation can bring heightened awareness, thereby allowing the individual to reach his maximum potential. By the power of concentration and focus, a person can accomplish that which he or she has desired. The need for change. We are all too aware that nothing ever remains permanent in life, despite understanding one fact, that life itself is a continuum. What we have failed to realize is that our own attitudes, conditioning and propensities stops us from incorporating changes. One of the most difficult things to change is our nature, the indelible thoughts, particularly those that have left a mark, blueprint, on our psyche. We may be able to change a lot of things around us, but the need to change our thoughts, attitudes and habits, which almost certainly have become a part of our self-identity, becomes arduously difficult a task. As with all things in life, time can heal anything and everything. Allow time to help you grow in life and without wasting time reach your individual goals. How do we change our mental attitude? The answer is very easy. Once again, there is no secret as such, nor is this arduous a task to implement. The primary answer lies in the word change itself. Initiating gradual changes in your lifestyle will help you reach your goal much faster. I say that the answer is easy with respect to how we can bring about positive changes, because let us consider habits for instance. Habits take time to take root, as we are all too aware. Just as you learn your habits with time, you simply begin to unlearn them. Habits are very difficult to eradicate at once, and thus you allow time to take care of your habits. What has this got to do with being happy and rich, I hear you ask? Well, my friends, I would like to throw back the very same question to you. Ask yourself why you have not been able to progress. Put into practice what you have gathered thus far. Sit in a quiet corner and open your heart out, and solve this problem. The answer to all you problems, good or bad, lie within you. The exactness of the problem will no doubt vary, but the reasons for it are self-explanatory. They stem from experiences, environment and your thought patterns. Why is it that person Y is able to quit smoking and yet person Z has much difficulties to quit the habit, though both have been smoking for 10 years, and both smoke 20 cigarettes a day? The answer lies in what I have already discussed above, and it is our thoughts. The one thing that you will have to change in your life is your current perception of who you are, what others think of you, and finally who you really are. While you can change your thoughts, your environment and your business strategies, what you will have to realize is that you will not be able to change the very law of nature. It is perfect. Thus, we must respect this and begin to adhere to its governing dynamics, without violating it. How can nature affect our success? This is a valid question. But upon deep analysis you will understand that we as human beings are constantly breaking the rules, laws and life's eternal processes daily. Without digressing from the subject matter too much, carefully watch and notice how the beautiful rhythm of nature is fulfilling its duty daily without any discordance and interruption. Likewise, we have a lot to learn from nature. Deviation from truth leads to utter dismay and failure, and breaking the laws of nature will bring despair. In short, the macrocosm and the microcosm are indifferent. The decisions that you make in your life will determine the outcome of your future events. Always think first of what you are about to do or intend doing, and by undertaking this act, how will it then affect you? Do not act on impulse, but rather remain calm, quiet and try to maintain deep silence as much as you can. It is simply amazing what you can achieve through silence and introspection. I do suggest that you undertake a form of relaxation exercise, such as meditation or even yoga, to help you achieve peace and success. Good judgment is a perfect indicator of wisdom through the expression of the power of intellect via the discriminative faculty. If you have clearly recognized your folly, then you must admit mistakes and bad habits. If it annoys others or affects your health, conscience, financial status, family, well-being and your peace of mind, then you must ask, how much better off would I be without it? If you do not benefit from this, why even take it up or think about it? Understanding failure reason is the greatest enemy that faith has. This is a fact because both the believer and the non-believer are quite likely to resort to this statement in support of their respective arguments. You have already been acquainted to life's dualistic nature, and as such human reason will find both pros and cons for both good and bad action respectively. This is when you have to learn to be guided by the inner voice of conscience. The following arise from this innate powerhouse: intuition, truth, peace, righteousness, love, non-violence, in words, deeds, actions and thoughts, and power of discrimination. These attributes have their existence in the soul. This is the greatest truth that you cannot afford not to know. Effort is proportional to grace, but I wish to add that success is proportional to effort only when you have learned to appreciate the qualities of love. Whatever you do, put in all your effort and do whatever you do with absolute love. Those who are willing to take risks achieve success. It is a known fact that young people are more adaptable to changes. As we age, it becomes a little tricky and tougher to bring about changes in the ability to adapt to wide-ranging comfort zones. Before it becomes too late, weed out the problem early on. Do not allow it gnaw into your system. Like a virus, take action and remove it from your system at once. The fact is that we are born perfect. I do not mean this in a physical sense of the word, but the rigors of time adulterates this perfection, and therefore the infinite possibilities that lie lurking within us become diffused. However, what makes us superior is that there is but one great and covetable gift which is ours all the time, and this is our extraordinary power to discover, develop and declare that we as human beings have the capacity to reach great if not greater heights. Lying within us is the infinite source of energy that is distinctly ours. We are helpless victims of our own desires and wants. The final goal: most people, as I am sure you will agree, do everything half-heartedly, and the reasons as for this have all been covered. They do not use their full potential, mainly because they have not understood the power of the mind. Often we are drawn or compelled to do things that bring sorrow. Temporary pleasures bring sorrow, and consequently majority of us through fear or perhaps even lack of confidence are forced to throw in the. This need not be the case, because this book gives you the ability to overcome these hurdles, by delivering words so potent that you can change your circumstances. It is high time that you watch the graphs of your mind very carefully. Upon introspection, it is now time to weed out the dirt and through the use of the power of discrimination distinguish that which gives you lasting happiness as opposed to sorrow. The bottom line is you have to exercise control over your thoughts. The following is included to guide you to your journey to wealth, health and happiness. Avoid dwelling on all the wrong things you have done. Repeating wrong actions over and over become habits. Simply take care not to repeat those actions again. Do not think of yourself as a failure. Use failures as a means to acquiring success. Do not give up until you reach your desired goal. You will have to erase the grooves of bad habits that you have created by creating good habits. If you are lazy, decide to become positively active and assertive. Set yourself tasks or goals and make sure you achieve them. The fact that we resist change shows that we have our own comfort zones, and this is a result of our thoughts. Why is it that we resist change? The simple answer to this question is fear of change. A change means that we have to let go of that which we feel is right for us. The question then remains to be asked is, what is right for you? This is a difficult one, and the answer is that until we are not fully content within ourselves, then even a millionaire who desires an extra million is a beggar. How many of us are content? We seek instant results, and when we do not see results we become despondent and subsequently give up. It is my belief that when you desire a thing for the right reasons, then nothing will ever stop you from acquiring it. This is the eternal law. Paving your path to success. I wrote this book with only one intention in mind, and that is to help you understand and ultimately help you realize the power of the mind. What you will shortly find out is a series of steps that you have to follow very strictly to ascertain your deep-seated desire. These steps are not monumental tasks, but simple guidelines to get you started. 1. Believe in yourself, and the power of affirmations. Successful people become successful through constant use of their willpower. Do not be frightened of mishaps in the initial stages. Transform failures into success through wisdom, strength and faith. 2. Believe in the philosophy of simple living and high thinking. 3. Do not hold anything against anyone. Strive to overcome your past grievances and move on. Try to forgive everybody. Hurt never help ever. Every individual seeks happiness in life. Now the very happiness we seek becomes a joy once found. This joy can surmount to bliss simply by incorporating love. You must share love in what you do, and you must love what you accomplish daily in your life. In the silence of the night, Introspect and learn how to improve your life, in words, deeds, thoughts and actions, and thank the Supreme Universal Energy. Together with what has been said above, good communication skills, interaction and good relationship is the way ahead. This is ultimately the essence of fine virtues and character that will make you successful. Develop a harmonious personality, and remember what was mentioned at the start, always use loving words. Words can bring peace or start a world war. Conditioning your mind effectively will allow you to reap the rewards. It is very good practice to scrutinize your daily thoughts just prior to bedtime, and log this in your progress book. Set goals and targets daily and work at it until you achieve them. Time is the most precious asset in life, use it wisely. Time wasted is life wasted. When you decide to achieve success in your life, make sure you do not have conflicting thoughts. If you learn how to consciously control and thus implement the inexhaustible powers within you, you can accomplish much more. Language is nothing but the expression of thoughts and experiences. Communication plays a vital role in your overall success, much less your. Through the power of knowledge, you can achieve specific goals, because the secret of our strength is in our knowledge. When you have an idea that is workable, it is necessary to focus on it 100%. Do not tell the world about it, there is no need for such show. Ponder over it and develop it into a product that has a sound base. Without a firm foundation, an edifice has no chance to stand. The law of prosperity: there is no harm to desire success and all the other good things in life, but rest assured, desire which leads to the nagging feeling of lack or incompleteness can be dangerous. If for any reason desire leads to sleepless nights and frustration, it is time to stop whatever is it that you are doing. Contentment is the true single factor of affirming your abundance. A selfish desire leads to utter failure. Spiritual law is very powerful indeed. That said, you must endeavor to follow the following principles daily in your life. Always be good to all around you, do not be treacherous and deceitful. Beware of the ego and be true and sincere. Thoughtfulness is incredibly important, so always remind yourself of people who may not be so lucky, and extend your helping hand as much as you possibly can to those who deserve it. Training your mind to accomplish great heights is not a difficult task. In your spare time, do not waste your energy, instead spend time contemplating on the power of your innate being. Meditate daily and visualize your success and your goals. My friends, the power of the mind is simply awesome. The fact is that we do not even use 10% of it in our daily lives. Now, based on this scientific understanding, just imagine what you could achieve if you were to use the remaining 90%. Just as you savor food when you chew it and taste it, perform each and every act with a sense of gratitude and do it willingly and most importantly happily. Do not follow every little impulse blindly, learn to reflect and distinguish between what is temporary and fleeting and what is lasting, what is essential and what is non-essential, between what is pleasing and what is unworthy. Self-conquest will give us that which we are seeking. It has to be stressed that balance is also an essential ingredient in your quest for success and wealth. You must allocate time for yourself and your family or the loved ones. A permanent happiness must be independent of a changing environment. Do not become a workaholic or a wealthpreneur freak in your quest to success, lest it damages your relationship, much less your attempts to sincerely succeed in life. Do not deviate from the path of righteousness or the law of nature. It is great fun indeed to witness success and wealth, and the joy that wells up is beyond belief, no doubt. However, if happiness, joy and success all come at once at the expense of your health, then I am afraid it is all a terrible waste. The way to being wealthy is by the employment of the following virtues, which is our real true nature, and it is to be found not just in human beings but everything around you: truth, righteousness, peace, love and non-violence. Ask yourself that if all fellow human beings apply these attributes consistently, the world and its inhabitants would prosper. We must approach all our work, including problems or duties, with concentrated energy and thus execute it with absolute perfection. Endeavor to do all the things, little or however small a duty or job this may be, in an extraordinary way. Perform all your work and duty with love and enthusiasm, and watch the results. Never attempt anything half-heartedly, you will not progress in life. Power of words can have a very strong impact on our minds and in our lives. Before I continue, I would like you to cogitate on the following question: could someone remain silent at all times? Not letting anyone know what is inside his/her heart and mind for the mere reason of not being verbally or emotionally expressive? Yet I can say with certainty that each and every one of us are silent talkers. We talk to ourselves in many ways and situations. Sometimes we hurt ourselves, and yet at other times, silent talking brings a wonderful smile to our faces. Communication is therefore very important in life. Words are powerful, and depending how they are spoken, they can influence our day-to-day thought processes, actions, behavior and our outlook towards life as a whole. Of course, depending on how they are used, the effect words can have is quite incredible. They can be used to persuade, inform, hurt, ease pain, or even start a war. Words spoken with great emotions have the power to bring changes that can speed up the body's healing process. This enormous power is in the meaning of the words, what they mean to the person who hears them. Far more than simple communication, truth, falsehood, and the infinite shades between them, words have the power to manipulate other people's thinking and behavior. It is our interpretation of words that is the true cause of our emotional reactions. Words spoken softly, unselfishly, innocently, and with absolute love are the ones that get lodged indelibly in our being, from whence they produce their overwhelming soul-stirring effect. Thus it is so important to use words selectively and appropriately at any given time and situation. Modern science is beginning to appreciate the powerful effect words can have on our bodies when they are used in the form of prayers or even affirmations. Did you know that through conscious effort, we could create a very strong willpower in ourselves? Affirmation for success: I will pursue relentlessly, as it is my birthright to be successful. I am powerful and I shall achieve what I need at the time I need. I am destined to reap the fruits of my actions and I will share my joy and success with all I know. Benefits of affirmation: self-esteem and a positive outlook helps you achieve goals and targets, improve your memory and skills, helps to create an inner self-belief, willpower, confidence and character. It can help you evolve spiritually. Words spoken softly, gently and lovingly will be attractive and procure instant admiration. Wealth is in itself a word, and by itself it does not mean anything. The one single factor, which gives the word wealth, the meaning, is the intellect. The wealth of information is nowhere to be found, but it is within us at all times. Intellect is cultivated through logic, and the main point is that dry logic and philosophy can often prove counterproductive. Thus, it is essential to communicate effectively, because in pursuit of wealth, you will need to sell yourself, your business or your company via communication, words. However, communication on its own will not reciprocate your success. The power of unconditional love: it seems to me that people have forgotten the real value, meaning and definition of the word love. You may exclaim and say, what has love got to do with wealth? It is naturally difficult to define true love. Let me explain. Say you want to learn how to swim, you read books about the art of becoming a good swimmer. But until you do not jump into the swimming pool under guidance, the true meaning of swimming does not have any real value or meaning. You will have to taste the fruit to know its real flavor, as the saying goes. Selfish love rooted in desires that are in no way harmonious is the most damaging, and if you become immersed in acquiring your goals via deception, calumny and against all the noble and ethical principles, then you might as well put this book away. Those who understand love live in harmony, and it is natural that these individuals will attract what they have willed to achieve. The greatest power of attraction in every sense of the word, be it a relationship, business and friendship, is love. As a budding entrepreneur, remember that the attractive power of love is incredible. You must practice compassion, and watch yourself grow and watch your venture thrive. Upon achieving any form of success in life, it becomes pertinent that no matter what happens, you do not force your success on anybody, avoid egoism, pride, and do not impose your power on anyone. It is wrong to do so. It is crucial that by getting wealthy, you do not abuse your newly acquired power. When power is used appropriately, know that you have achieved glory. Conclusion: this book is written with the view to allow you to discern the innate latent powers that lie dormant within each and every one of us. Opportunity seekers cannot really afford to choose and pick, but rather they should learn to capitalize on every bit of chance that is afforded to them. As a seeker, avail yourself to opportunities that have the potential to become indispensable gateway to success. It is all about taking calculated, controlled, measured and an informed risk. Wealthy individuals have created their own career because they are true believers of success. These are individuals who cannot stop until they achieve success. They become rebellious fighters only to earn their unflinching goal. They are disciplined warriors wielding their weapons of truth, honesty, sincerity, compassion, determination, power, principles, righteousness, wisdom, faith, self-belief, creativity, fortitude and prowess to reach heights par excellence. Life functions strictly according to the nature's incorrigible laws. The reason for this is to establish efficiency, and within the ambit of law, the rational intellect in man can be developed to a greater efficiency. You are wealthy already, however, due to the lack of understanding your powerful innate qualities, these attributes lying in abundance have not found the dynamism to express and manifest. Finally, do not take life too seriously. Life is a journey made possible for us all, and if we are willing to give ourselves the opportunity to grow, then life can be so wonderful an experience. It is most entertaining, especially when one follows its governing principles religiously. Be happy at all times. When difficulties arise, laugh at them, and employ the dynamic willpower within you to fight them off. As mentioned elsewhere, the body and especially the mind is truly an amazing instrument we have. State of complete tranquility is possible, and there is mounting proof to establish the greatness achieved by common people throughout history. It is time that you employ the powers of your mind to achieve your desires.